Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the Dream Agent Academy. I'm your host, Yunus. So, in today's video, I would like to introduce you to the million dollar path. It is certain that nothing can achieve without vision. So, people, like the Bible says, people without vision they perish. And the goal of today's video is to help you see exactly how this vision can be translated into reality using the exact tools. So without further ado, please allow me to start by speaking about this vision that we all after, which is the million dollar path. So before I start, please make sure that to somebody calling me, if you are have any questions or you have any comments, please be kind enough to share that with us so that everybody can benefit. Okay, the idea what we are trying to do right now in this new world that everybody is becoming his own journalist, he's becoming his own boss, he's becoming his own entrepreneur, is that we want to build an empire that is a lifestyle empire, not just a hustling empire. There's a big difference because having a lifestyle empire is becoming part of what we do. Therefore, if you don't enjoy what you do, you are not going to enjoy the journey, and therefore you will feel automatically left off. And the idea of a lifestyle empire is built around three major core things, which are more money, more time, and more freedom. If you're spending your whole day hustling, calling, going to meetings, following up people, doing what you should be doing to close that next sales, by the time you get home you are dead, then you are not really enjoying, even if you are closing 10 out of 10 calls a day. You are not enjoying it, okay? But we want to make sure that we're having a business as a backbone, a structured business as a backbone, so we can grow without feeling overwhelmed or overstretched. And that's what we're trying to do. And to do that, there are only three things we need to have complete clarity about, which are a marketing engine, a sales engine, and the deliverable engine. If you are a life insurance agent or if you are a financial advisor, the deliverable are part of the company you are part of, so there is no problem. We'll talk a little bit about what you need to do so that you can keep growing and keep people in your circle. But the deliverable as a core engine, I think most people are having it honed in. The next most important things here is the marketing engine and the sales engine, and this is why we want to take a little bit of time to cover the following. So the first thing is the marketing engine. One core element inside the marketing engine that determines everything else is called the audience. If you are not building the right audience, if you have an audience that is not matching with the message that you are putting out there, then there will be a mismatch and eventually you will break. It's not gonna go through and you're just going to flop. And that's not what we want to do. So the first step inside building an audience is doing some research and understanding exactly who is our dream customer. We do that by using the demographics, the psychographics. We use what's called the niche product client. It's a very specific questionnaire that we answer, and we do that also by answering a list of questions called the pain and the promise. These they help us get, there's obviously a lot of questions, but these they helps us go down and filter down and start developing ideas about who that we want to do business with. And by the end, when we finish everything else, we have clarity about exactly who that person is, what industry they are in, what income they make, where they are located. All these are extremely important questions. You need to have answers before you even try to sell anybody, because that's what allows us to go, once we answer these questions, to go and start build a business and build an audience. Now that we take time to build an audience by choosing a platform and building that audience, we move quickly into audience amplification. And the audience amplification is basically, it's combining both powers of organic marketing with organic content with paid ads, so that once we start feeling, because once you put content on a daily basis, you start getting engagement, you start getting noticed, and you start getting some considerations. You start seeing people that they are actually engaging with you and interested in what you have to offer. At that point, at a certain point in the journey, it's easy to plug in a paid ad and expand to a larger audience and get more eyeballs. And that's how we make sure that we are actually moving fast inside this journey. We are not just relying on just organic, we are putting some fire, some gas on fire to go even further and allow the jet to fly further. Okay, so that's the number one thing. The second thing that we do is we lead our markets. We make sure that we are leading our market by leading it first, because we need to be present. You can see that Alex Hormozy just closed $80 million selling, and he did that because he spent the last 4 years or 5 years just delivering value. He became a household name, and by the fact that he became a household name, the launch of his last products, it was easy. Everybody is buying without even asking twice. And I heard the cost of his product costs around $6,000. If you buy everything, it's around $6,000. It's crazy. So the idea is we want to make sure that we are delivering content and we are coaching not just our markets, but we are coaching, we are coaching not just our clients, we are coaching our expanded markets where we happen to be. And that's the key difference that you may wanna adjust inside your marketing, because if you think that your message is only for the specific prospect that you are already having conversation, it's not gonna fly. You wanna have your message touch everybody in your market, and that's how the attraction begin, and that's how you can move into the next step. So this is the first step, is to build an audience, research audience, build an audience, and coach not just your prospects but or clients, coach your expanded markets. Next is understanding the power of lead magnets. The power of lead magnets is the key element inside any digital marketing operation, because that gets people to raise their hands and say, hey, I'm interested in what you have, what is it? The idea here is that people think that, well, I put a few lead magnets and it didn't work, so obviously I don't think it's gonna work. This is not a reliable approach. It's not true. The idea is the market has so many fine interests, and you cannot find that specific interest or that specific pain unless you keep changing angles and keep working on delivering different and asking different questions until you catch that specific angle where people are actually resonate and feel as if they want to know more about, and that's where you capitalize and you keep that lead magnets working for you. There are a number of ways you can do that. You can use a PDF, you can use, if you are interested, let me know. I can send you a whole PDF with the different ways you can use a lead magnet. You can use cheat sheet, video ad, you can use a video, you can use, just there are a number of ways. Right now, what's really, you can use a funnel bridge, you can use a video ask, you can use all these, we teach them inside the program, the Dream Agent Academy. But right now, what is really impressive, and specifically what is very important and resonates with the nature of business in life insurance and financial advising, is using score apps where you ask specific questions and you get people to qualify themselves instead of you trying to get them as customers. Once they qualify themselves, it's no more anymore about them, it's about what's the pain they need to solve in to start with. So this is very, very powerful. Next is generating demands, and generating demands, it needs just to be, the message needs to be matched with the audience, so there is no mismatch, message to market match. This is very powerful. In case the idea is we want to make sure that we have many offers, generate many doors, put many offers out there using those lead magnets, so that people can see different things, but they're all leads to this one thing, which is the one offer that we have. This is how we can optimize our reach and generate more demands and get more eyeballs to capture, to get involved in what we have to offer. So this is basically how we can create a marketing engine that is able to get people from completely passive to somebody who wants to do business with us. So, and obviously the journey of the buying journey is divided into 5 stages, which is awareness, consideration, engagement, conversion, and loyalty. And this is the exact journey that we take people. These are the pillars that we use inside this journey to translate just this concept into reality. Okay, so if you join me inside the Facebook, the LinkedIn group, you'll see all these in details. I'll speak about all these in details and how to use this information. The next step is the sales engine, and the sales engine is very, very powerful, because if you have the funnel, it's not well structured, it's going to flop, and we don't want to have that. And the idea about the sales in online marketing, because what we do even as life insurance agents, we want to use online marketing as a tool, as a media to get to our core. The idea is that we want to go and simplify as much as possible the whole process. We want to start with the conversation. We want to move into exploring for the pain, get the pain, get people to recognize they have a pain, ask them to join a sales call or to check whatever your way of closing people, either sales call or PDF or what have you, then close, make an offer, then close, then onboarding. These are basically the main core ways of getting people into sales, and it needs to be as simple as possible, because once you put that piece of content, or once you reach out, you answer somebody, and you reach out to somebody on cold outreach, on Messenger, or any way you have that conversation, you want to make sure that you have questions that lead in. You don't spend, a lot of people, what happens is that a lot of people, they spend days, if not months, just trying to build reports. That's not how we do it. We do it by exactly from the day one, from message one, we are moving automatically. Just from the message one, we move into business. Message one is building report, and the report is just basically to get that response, yes, no, maybe. Then message two is to get to ask questions, to explore for the pain. Message three, once the pain is divulged, then we move the conversations into business. So we dig deep, we ask questions, why and how and what and where, and all those questions, and then we present an offer. That's basically it. We don't waste a lot of time asking so many questions and going all over the places. And I mean building reports and spending time talking about dogs and weathers. We don't do that. So that's basically the process, is to have a simplified process you can use to be able to cross this bridge in as simple, as short as possible. Next, we want to make sure that we are building enough pressure by driving weekly campaign. And here the process of weekly campaign, what's interesting here is that the whole concept of online marketing is built around campaigning, and there is organic campaign, and there is just campaigning, just regular. What we try to do, the power of organic marketing, is the fact that we show up on a daily basis. We are building in the process. We don't wait to put to declare that we have a campaign once a month or once in every 3 weeks. No, every day when we show up, we are putting piece of content, we are having conversations, we are engaging with people, we are reaching out to people, we are, all this creates in itself is a campaign. So we never stop campaigning. The process, just by showing up daily, it's part of the campaign. So automatically, once we start that conversation, and there is, obviously there is a question, there is a need, there is a pain that is explored, automatically we jump on the process and we get people to develop and ask more questions, and then we move the conversation into sales calls. So we don't wait for that moment where we say, oh, during these 3 months, I have the end of every month, I have this week where I'm only gonna do campaigning, I'm gonna put lead magnets, I'm gonna reach out, I'm gonna do the, no. Every single day of the organic approach is based on campaigning. And that's why a lot of people, they miss this part, because a lot of people, they focus on sales and they forget marketing. And what happened? Their lead, they drop. And other people, they focus on marketing and they forget sales. And what happened? Their closing drops. So we want to have a balancing act between the two. Because if you can't have a balancing act, one will be damaged and eventually you'll be hurt. We want to have at all time a set of pipeline of leads that is always available for us to tap into and to reach out and to speak to. And in the meantime, we want to have on a daily basis 3, 4, 5 people that are ready to have a conversation that we can close. And that's what makes the power of organic marketing, because we are campaigning as we are building report, as we are nurturing, as we are delivering value. Everything is happening at the same time. Okay? So, key metrics to be successful. The question, pay attention, are you desire driven or are you, that's what I just spoke about. The delivery. So in terms of delivery, I'm not gonna speak too much about it because everybody is working for a company and the company take care of delivering that, the goods. However, what I'm talking about is the fact that it's highly important that we stay connected with people with whom we close that sales. It's really important. It's very important that we create some relationships, that we keep showing up on their feeds, that we keep sending them those postcards or those happy birthdays or whatever have you, so that you can develop relationships and those people start sending referrals, and you turn that relationship from just a business relationship into a real human relationship where people trust you and they are your sales force. You didn't ask them for, but they become your sales force without even asking them for. And that's when that happens, you know that you become good at what you're doing. All right, so I'll stop right here. I hope that you guys, I was able to put the picture clearly about how we are about to reach the $1 million path. In the follow-up email sequence, you will get the 12 strategic follow-ups that you can use to reach $1 million. These are extremely important, and I highly invite you to check them out and get back with me, put your feedback in the group, join us inside the group, send me your feedback, reply to the messages I'll be sending. This way we create some communication and some back and forth conversation so we can all benefit from it, okay? But it's highly important. I highly recommend that you check it out because 80% all sales anyway, any high ticket sales happen over 80% happen after 12 to 14 touch points. So we need to have in our hands a strategic follow-up, a strategic tool, so we stop feeling pushy or salesy, and we actually approach our prospects in a completely different way, starting with a completely different story or conversation, and this lead us to position back the offer and make new offers. All right, I'll stop here. Thank you for listening, and if you guys have any questions or comments, please put them below. I'll be more than happy to address them. Have a good day.